Joe. Crazy Joe. Yeah, I'm Crazy Joe. I be running through the snow. Got no pants, got no shirt, got no mother.
Good morning. It's Crazy Joe, Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. It is a quiet Tuesday afternoon, the day after Memorial Day, and I am back at the old Regal. I got a car behind me. I'm back at the old Regal. There it is. We're here to see the new Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. I gotta be honest with you, I'm a big Mission Impossible fan. I love the earlier movies, but I'm not looking forward to this one. The last one, Dead Reckoning, is my third least favorite in the franchise. I mean, the first two are awful. I hate Mission Impossible 1 and 2. But from 3 on, they're really good. And the last one was better than 1 and 2, but that's not saying much. And this one's a direct continuation and longer. And one of the problems with the last movie was it was too long. Still, we got to do it. So here we go. Surprisingly busy in here for a Tuesday. Busier than I would have expected. All right, these hallways are empty now, but it is surprisingly busy in here for a Tuesday afternoon. I already was in Theater 5 putting down my popcorn and soda, and there's a lot of people in there. But this is where we are, Theater 5. Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning. Let's go. Okay, we're back. We've seen Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, the final film in the Mission Impossible franchise. They say the final film. I don't believe it. There'll be a Mission Impossible 9. Will it star Tom Cruise? I don't know. Maybe we'll get a new star, a passing of the torch. Let's not forget, Tom Cruise is the third star of Mission Impossible. We had, in season 1 of the TV show, we had Briggs. Then from season 2 forward, we had Peter Graves as Jim Phelps. So Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt is the third IMF commander that we've followed in this franchise. So the torch could easily be passed. It's been passed before, quite successfully. So I did not care for Dead Reckoning, the last film in the Mission Impossible franchise. I really didn't care for it at all. I thought it was too long. I didn't think the story was very good. It ended on a cliffhanger. I was not anxious to see the next one. If you're going to do a two-parter, you're going to do a cliffhanger, part 1's got to be good because you're doing a direct continuation of the last one. And if I'm not invested in that story, why do I want to see a direct continuation? Like, you can do Mission Impossible 1 or Mission Impossible 2. Maybe I don't like them. But Mission Impossible 3 is a unique story. So I can say, well, I didn't like the last one, but that does not mean I won't like this one. When you're doing a two-parter where it's part 2 of the same story, that's a little different. So, it's no secret. I hate Mission Impossible 1 and 2. I think Mission Impossible 1 and 2 are terrible films. But 3 was great. And 4 was better than 3. And 5 was better than 4. So the fact that I hated 1 and 2 really had no effect on my love of the franchise as a whole, because those were standalone stories. And we moved forward and we moved into new stories. But when you show me one and I don't like it, and then it says to be continued, you're asking me to come back for part 2 of a story I'm already not interested in. And seeing is one of the problems with the last Mission Impossible was that it was too long. When part 2 of that story is longer than part 1, my enthusiasm really dips. It's like, wow, I wasn't enthused to begin with, but now you've made it even longer. And one of the problems was the last one was too long. That said, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is a much better film than Dead Reckoning. I enjoyed Final Reckoning much more than Dead Reckoning. But Dead Reckoning, or Final Reckoning, is still one of the weakest Mission Impossible films. For one thing, it keeps tying things back into Mission Impossible 1, which is not necessary. It's like they felt they had to tie it all together. They didn't have to tie it all together. I mean, just send Ethan Hunt off on a new mission. It didn't all have to be tied together. And those connections are, not only are they not necessary, but they're a little convoluted, and they just, I think you have a shorter film. I think you have a much shorter film, a brisker little runtime, if you're not trying to make all these unnecessary connections. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. Yeah, look, the best films in this franchise are 3, 4, 5, and 6. Mission Impossible 3, which that was the title, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout. Those are the best of the franchise. And they don't feel a need to keep tying closely into each other. Sure, they're a shared universe, a shared continuity, but plot points of the previous film aren't necessary to make those stories work, and they work better that way. This one, when we're trying to tie everything together, it just becomes a little tedious and a little convoluted, and I think that's one of the weaker aspects of the film. Are the stunts great? Of course. Look, Tom Cruise, he's very devoted to the stunt work. You know that's going to be good. The cast is good. You got Tom Cruise, Haley Atwell, Simon Pegg. These are talented people. Can't forget Ving Rhames. You have a talented cast. You have amazing stunt work. The action's pretty good once the story gets going. It's really the runtime and the story that is hurting them. This is not by a long shot the best Mission Impossible. Not even close. I would say this is my fourth from last. I mean, Mission Impossible 1 is my dead last because of the character assassination to the character of Jim Phelps, star of the TV show. Spoiler alert for a 30-year-old movie, but they made the star of the television series the villain for no reason. That's a character assassination. It's a slap in the face to the fans. Peter Graves was asked to come back and play Jim Phelps again. He read the script. He's like, I'm not playing Jim Phelps again. This is not Jim Phelps. Jim Phelps wouldn't do this. So for that reason, Mission Impossible 1 is dead last on my list. I think that's the worst one. The second one by John Woo was the second worst. Dead Reckoning is the third worst, and this is just a little bit better than Dead Reckoning. So we're looking at a film franchise where the best chapters are the ones directly in the middle. The two before 3 and the two after Fallout, I feel like you could toss them, and you got a great franchise right in the middle, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I've seen every Mission Impossible movie in the theater, so of course I wasn't going to miss this one. If you're like me, if you're a completist, if you've been there since day one, yeah, go see this. You're going to want to go see this. Of course you're going to want to see this. And as always, taste is subjective. So whereas it fell short for me, you may love it. I don't know. But that's my thoughts. But there you go. Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, out now. Bet there's a 9th film. I bet there's a 9th film. All right, everyone. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas
With the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no,
It's a trap. Some people call them bitches, some people call them
jammies.
They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.